Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Litecoin Lisa. I hope this week's stream is better than last week. We had some real trouble with the feed and all that, so we're playing around with it. Starting a little bit late, so sorry about that, but thanks for hanging in there with us. Give us a like, share the video. We're going to talk about some Litecoin, XRP, and a airdrop that you might be eligible for right after this. How's it going, Johnny?
Lisa, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Good. It's like I was just talking to you.
We got great weather in this area. It's
That's good.
nice and warm. I'm super tan right now. It's hard to tell, but people are like, I went somewhere the other day. They said, "Where are you from?" And plus, because I'm friendly,
Oh,
everyone in New Jersey's nasty, so I'm
yeah.
friendly. Like, where are you from? You don't seem like you're from around here. They said you're so tan.
Oh, how funny. Well, my Charlie's been laying out like crazy, and I was out, everybody's coming into town, so I'm like in a panic mode, and we're doing end of year projects for homeschool. So I've got Cannon working on his cursive while I'm like, cleaning the carpets and doing this and that, and all the things. And then I was outside working, dusting off, making sure all the cushions are all, because I've got like right now all the pollen is out and it's
It's
just
been
falling
heavy.
on everything.
We were 88 degrees today by me. That's like
Oh, wow.
Oklahoma weather.
Yeah, that's nice. That sounds like here. Yeah, Jim asked yesterday in the chat, he was like, what's the weather going to be like there? And I was like, well, I put on a puffer in the morning because it was freezing cold. And by the afternoon, I came home and all my family was by the pool and swimming. So that's
There you
Oklahoma
go.
weather.
There you go.
You always have to wear layers. I want to jump in. I know we just have a few minutes to talk, and I want to try to get as much information as we can. I remember this story when it broke, this Flare story, and it seems like there's two sets of rules from what I do remember, um, kind of how it rolls out. And I wanted to go through this with you because I thought you might be able to help me answer some questions on it. Coinbase is delivering a massive XRP related airdrop to crypto holders. It's also a Litecoin drop, but they never put Litecoin in the title, though. I don't know why. But anyway, I
There is an
digress.
agenda against Litecoin from the establishment. They don't want to put too much energy on Litecoin because if people realize what Litecoin is, the market will buy it up a lot. The price will go up a lot, and they don't want that to happen. They want to manipulate you with crap. Is what they want to
Well,
do.
and with you saying that, and the only reason I remember this specifically is I was so early in crypto that I remember the guy saying it and thinking, wow, they're saying Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Or he said things, Bitcoin and things like Litecoin, or I would include Litecoin. He said he made some comment, and Litecoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin. Anyway, he included Litecoin, and I was early in the game. So, it's 2017, 2018. And I'm hearing, and I think it was a Hinman speech, but I'm not 100% sure. And so I have been scouring the internet lately, and I could find like the speech that I think it's talking about, but Litecoin's not in there. And then I'll find these other things, and it's almost like it has, if anyone ever did mention it, it's been scrubbed or
Yeah,
taken out.
sure. That's by
It,
design.
okay, well, I just
Because if you
thought
think
I was
about it,
crazy.
Litecoin's one of the coins it's kind of one of the chosen coins, but they don't want you to realize it. It works so well that if there was a lot of attention on it and the crypto community as a whole realized how good it works, they would start using it more often. And they don't want that. They don't want crypto to be used. They want it to be pumped,
Mm.
manipulated. They don't want you thinking, hey, I don't need to hold dollars. I could just transact in Litecoin. That's nope.
Because
Nobody
they
wants
can't
that.
manipulate
They can't
that.
manipulate it. And
Hmm.
they can't really manipulate Litecoin. There was none issued to a lot of people. It's decentralized. Bitcoin, you got to realize, Bitcoin, everybody that's in crypto has to pretend like they like Bitcoin. It's why like Mike Novogratz will go on TV and talk good about Bitcoin, but then he talks bad about Litecoin. It's like, wait a second. How are you talking good about Bitcoin but bad about Litecoin? Oh, I get it.
Because his bag is in Bitcoin.
Not even
Because
if
he
it's
was
not
in
in
so
Bitcoin,
early.
you have to pretend like you like Bitcoin. That way, the Bitcoin maxis and those people, that way
Don't attack you.
you're tricking people. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Well, that goes to like Warren Buffett, Jamie Dimon, what they've been doing with gold and silver, Bitcoin, all of those. Oh, that's, crap. Meanwhile, they're buying it up like crazy. Whatever. It's like whatever they're saying, because they know that their words can change the market. A lot of times they're doing the opposite.
Right. That Flare network airdrop's interesting, but unfortunately, it looks like you have had to have held crypto on Coinbase. And
During
unless I had
December,
bought and I was in the process of transferring it out of there, like the
you wouldn't
waiting
have had it
period,
on there.
I wouldn't have had anything really on the exchange. That's
Well, I
my
know we talked about this when it came out. So some people in our network we may have told them about this, and they may have moved their coins on during that time frame so that they would be eligible. It was part of the reason that I brought this up, because I know we talked about this when it first came out, because the Flare community was really hitting us hard for us to promote them, because they're like, oh, we're going to be giving you guys airdrop. But actually, the Litecoin thing is not an airdrop. It's like a
liquidity pool, I guess, and maybe
Yeah,
rewards.
it was something different. Like the XRP thing was an actual airdrop,
Yeah.
but the Litecoin thing was going to be done in a different way, and they don't
I,
mention it on
I
this
think it's almost
article.
like a liquidity pool. And then if you deposit Litecoin into the smart contract, there's going to be a reward. So they put tokens aside for the
Okay.
pool as a reward. But, a lot of this stuff in crypto, you hear about it, and then a couple years go by before anything happens. So people got to realize things in crypto, in the just money and payments in general, move at a snail's pace.
Hmm.
I've realized that working in payments, things don't change quickly. Developers might develop stuff fast, but then to implement it takes people are stubborn. They fight you. It takes a while. So it's I still don't. This was 2 years ago at least, and I still haven't seen anything with Litecoin.
December. So this was Coinbase will deliver to XRP, who held on the exchange on December 12th, 2020. That's the day that Flare took its blockchain snapshot. So I don't know if the Litecoin is the same day, because above that it says it aims to essentially bring smart contract functionality to various blockchain networks, which Litecoin already has smart contract functionality. So thanks, but you're a little late. We don't need you.
Right.
So starting with XRP and then Litecoin. So I'm not sure
The
we can
best is
get into that, but
when people would message me, they're like, I don't know why you're not talking about the Flare network. And I have a big problem with talking about anything unless the product's out and you have a working product. If I can't use it, I'm not a developer. I got to see it in action. That's why I talked about like MWeb some. I didn't talk about it really much before it was released.
right.
Once it got released, and then I started talking about it more, and I'm still not talking about it much because it's only available in Litecoin Core, which is a full node, which most people don't run a full node. I'll talk about it a lot once it's built into
It's a little clumsy.
a
Yeah, it's
lightweight client wallet. And what a lightweight client is a non-custodial wallet, meaning it gives you the seed words, meaning you hold the private keys, but like Exodus or Atomic wallet or Trust wallet, that's what's considered a lightweight client. You're not downloading the whole blockchain. So it's a lot easier to download, a lot faster to download. But those are the more of the wallets people utilize. So again, once it's built into those wallets, I'll talk about it more. But like Flare Network, yeah, I haven't talked about it at all because I haven't seen a working product. And once I see a product that works, if I like it, then I'll talk about it. Like I used to talk about the Wand Chain stuff because they actually had a pool that was live. You could go in and make money from your Litecoin. You could swap Litecoin into Bitcoin. So I saw it in action. I was like, okay, it's a cool product. I liked it. They didn't have a lot of liquidity. What I do like is, what the hell is it called? It is ThorSwap. ThorSwap uses that Rune token. ThorSwap is a really good product. And that's where you could do a swap coin to coin, peer to peer. You hold the private keys the whole time. That product I like a lot, and I've seen it in action working. So that, I don't talk about it a lot either, but that's something I'd say give my stamp of approval. If someone said, hey, how's this ThorSwap? I'd say, good, I use it. I've tested it out. I got a little liquidity in there. Like, it's great. You know what I mean? But unless things are live, I can't talk about it.
Where you can actually test them out.
Yeah.
The other thing I think is kind of strange is, with the SEC going after XRP right now, I mean, they have an open case, which does not make them bad people. Trust me, I have lots of people I respect that have been attacked by the SEC, but that did cause Coinbase to stop trading of XRP on Coinbase. So they suspended trading back on January 19th, 2021. But Flare will be, it says they're going to begin distributing Flare airdrop on March 17th of this year. So they should have already started. How would that be allowed if it's associated with your XRP? Like, you can't put your XRP back on Coinbase to claim. Oh, I guess because it was on that date previous. It doesn't have to be there now.
Yeah, and I guess in theory they'd have to give it to you, because if not, they could be in more trouble, because then it's like, well, there's an airdrop. They want the XRP holders. Then I've heard rumors that XRP is going to be relisted on Coinbase. I don't know. I don't follow XRP much. I'm not into the whole theory of XRP and, that it's...
Well, I don't either, except by just reading that one article. I had no idea this happened. This is how little I follow Ripple, other than, the current case, what's going on with the SEC and, the very DAO's involvement with it, filing the amicus and all that. But, on behalf of token holders and secondary markets, that was kind of our motivation. But this said that this happened in 2017, that the U.S. Treasury defined XRP as a currency, not a security. They literally pay. This is like such a pay to play thing. If it is legit or has any kind of, if this was like one of those Jamie Dimon's slap on the hand pay to play settlements, in 2015, Ripple signed a settlement agreement with the Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement, known as FinCEN, to pay $700,000 for, quote, selling its virtual currency known as XRP without registering and failing to implement and retain AML, which you talk about all the time, program designed to protect its products from use. So they paid $700,000, signed a settlement agreement, and went on their merry way. And in that settlement agreement, it states that then, this is the part from the settlement agreement. This is a statement of facts and violations. The currency of Ripple Network, known as XRP, was pre-mined. In other words, unlike some other virtual currencies, XRP was fully generated prior to its distribution. As of 2015, XRP is the second largest currency by market capitalization after Bitcoin.
That means it's never going to be a crypto commodity. In order to be considered a crypto commodity, there has to be a cost of production. And if everything's so, if everything's pre-mined, there's no cost of production. It has to have proof of work mining to be considered a crypto commodity.
So Litecoin could be under CFTC, like with as a commodity, and Ripple or crypto XRP could be handled under the Treasury as like a
That
printed
was actually
note.
announced recently, but the agencies are keeping hush hush about it because they don't. Again, if they come out and clearly define what's not, if they came out, if the SEC came out tomorrow with a press conference and said Litecoin's a crypto commodity, it's clearly not a security, the price of Litecoin would probably go to $500 a coin within the next few days, right? They don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
They can't have that. They need
Wow.
to keep the price suppressed and keep it down, keep you in a state of confusion. So they can't, they, if they were on the people's side, they would have came out and said, here's the coins we consider securities. Here's the coins we don't, but they don't want a bull market in those coins. They'd rather have you not be in Litecoin, manipulate you in something else, and then crush that coin and then let you lose all your money. That to them is a better deal than saying, hey, have people move into Litecoin and get financial freedom. By the way, it's great to transact with. It's cheap to transact with. It's got good liquidity.
You have
That's
the
not
privacy option, but
privacy
you can
option.
also make a tracked transaction or open ledger transaction for
They
things.
don't want that. They like the Bitcoin narrative. It's digital gold. It's not really that usable. That's kind of the narrative that they want to stick with. You know what I mean? And it's keep it with us. It's safe with us, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I found this old Hinman speech that I was talking about, and he goes into that on like if okay, so I'm gonna put glasses on. That's way too tiny of writing on my end. But it says, what are some of the key or some of the factors to consider in assessing whether digital asset is offered as an investment contract, thus a security? Primarily consider whether a third party, be it a person, entity, or coordinated group of actors, drives the expectation of a return. That question will always depend on the particular facts and circumstances. And then he goes through a list and gives all these examples. So it's for it to be a security, which is where it would fall under the SEC. And that's really the only way that it would fall under the SEC if you listen to Hinman. You go back to that one statement. Consider whether a third party, be it a person, entity, or coordinated group, derives the expectation of a return. Oh, wait.
So, and why do you think Charlie sold all his Litecoin in 2017?
Right. That totally decentralized it.
Totally decent. And I think there was some outside forces that influenced him to basically said, hey, you need to get ready, divest yourself of Litecoin if you really want it to be considered a decentralized crypto commodity. Because if you created it, the creator holds it, then there's definitely a conflict of interest. But it's so there's a lot of times people mistake the Litecoin Foundation and think even the Litecoin Foundation doesn't have an interest in Litecoin. They market the coin. I'm sure people that are at the foundation want it to do well. They're invested personally in Litecoin, but the foundation itself isn't. I mean, the foundation doesn't have a lot of money. They're not sitting on a lot of Litecoin at all. I mean, there's a lot of the community probably has more Litecoin than the Litecoin Foundation.
Right. I remember when I got involved and I contacted them and I was like, am I allowed to use Litecoin, Lisa? And they're like, we're decentralized like you. And for me to wrap my head around that, you choose. If you want to be part of the Litecoin community, you start using it and being part of the Litecoin community.
In the beginning, when I started doing stuff, that's why I kind of did a lot of stuff of Litecoin tech support and all this different stuff, made shirts. I was testing
Are they
everything's,
really? Yeah.
is anybody going to come after me? Is anybody going to say anything? I remember people saying, you better watch out. So someone's going to come after you for using the logo. And I said, no, no, no. If they do, then it's over because it's a
Mm-hmm.
decentralized thing. So you could do what you want with it. And that was really a couple year test that I had of making sure everything was good to go. But I really I'll never forget in 2017 when Charlie went on CNBC and said he was selling all his Litecoin. I remember people calling me up and saying, "Oh my God, should you get rid of Litecoin?" And I said, I'm going in heavy on this Litecoin. And I wasn't big in I liked Litecoin then, but I wasn't like, hey, I'm Johnny Litecoin, this and that. I was just like, hey, it's cool. I'll show it to my clients. At that moment in time, I said, I'm going to get involved with this thing now. I said, this is for a reason.
It
And
makes it even more decentralized than Bitcoin because right now, currently, there is still the Satoshi wallet that
yeah,
sits out there. Not to mention how much Bitcoin the government owns from the Silk Road, which they recently put on Coinbase to dump the price.
there's the
But
Satoshi
there's the
wallet.
Satoshi wallet that still exists.
And then it's so people are like, people forget about that, and it's like,
Mhm.
no, who owns? I think I know who has those wallets, but we'll keep that for Litecoin Lisa
We're
after
having a
hours.
really good stream so far. We're having good
We
connection.
don't want to have them knock us down because we
Yeah.
told too much truth about the
Yeah.
Satoshi wallets.
We talked about taxes this morning on World Blockchain Roundtable, and I was like waiting for him to cut the feed. But it was a good chat. Some great solutions.
I wish I
And
could give you guys advice on it and tell you kind of how to go about it, but you'd
mhm.
have to DM me if you want to ask any thing about crypto taxes, because as we've seen in the past, if we talk about it, and the funny thing was when we were talking about it when we got taken down, I was talking about kind of a conspiracy I had about everything, and it was coincidental that wait a second, I was talking about a conspiracy with the taxes, and
But we
that's
were telling people how to legally, like how to do it the
yeah.
right way, and they shut my whole channel down. No
So it's
warnings,
almost
no
like
strikes, no
we
nothing.
don't want we don't want the public knowing how to do it.
The right
We'd
way.
rather have
Mhm.
you be in a state of confusion than this Johnny Litecoin guy telling you what to do. And I didn't sit there and do it for people. I just said, hey,
No, no.
here's kind of what to expect. Here's how to go about it. Protect yourself. Apparently that's a bad
Yeah.
thing. My suspicions were correct.
Your suspicions are usually correct. There is a tool in the description for pro Bitcoin solutions. Our friend Patrick Hakeem has a company that has a tool that, as you're preparing or your accountant is preparing, if you're looking for a tool to help out doing that legally and lawfully, you can reach out to him, and you get a discount for using
You could DM me
my
too
link.
and ask me questions. I am knowledgeable on the subject, but I can't. Unfortunately, I can't talk about it on air.
Yeah, because we'll get in trouble.
I'd like
Um,
to, but I
yeah,
can't.
I'd like to. Well, I don't want to keep you too long. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me, and I'm glad our stream stayed up today. Everybody, make sure you go check out litecoinlisa.net, the events page, and get your tickets to join us for Team Mighty event. If you are unable to make it to Oklahoma City, you can buy a ticket anyway. You'll still receive your NFT, and I'll send you a link to join the private live stream. And you'll be able to join the online auction that way. But I'd love for you to actually be there because I ordered way too much food for everyone, and I need you there getting hugs and eating lots of good food. And
Bring your
we're gonna have a good
appetites.
time. Yes, yes, we're having lots of good Italian food. So,
Oh,
um,
also, Oklahoma's a really cool place. I really enjoyed when I went there. I really liked the vibe of it, like the people. You know, I love the heat. It was the dead of summer, but
Oh yeah, we did.
me, I'm
You're
a
in
summer guy.
August.
People like it's
Yeah.
hot. I'm like, I love the heat. I hate the winter. So I could be 105. I'm happy.
Yeah. It shouldn't be 105. It should be nice. Spring and fall here is actually pretty nice. There's a little storms sometimes in April, but Jenny says we'll be safe, that we're going to shoo it away. And she did a reading on, Jenny Moonstone did a reading on
Nice.
it on Bix's private channel. So
Love Jenny.
that was fun. Yeah. So we'll see if everybody can get here. We're still working on it, but all right. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Johnny, thanks so much for giving us all the great information that you bring to us each week. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Lisa. Thanks,
Normal.
guys.
Bye.